How do we rotate point B? Well, if we're going clockwise, 90 degrees, I know that we will wind up from this quadrant into this quadrant, okay? So let's get the values of B right here. It looks like it's sitting over -3, and it's at +2 on the y-axis, so my coordinates for B is -3, 2. And I need it to be over here in this quadrant to rotate it. So one of the rules that you do is that you take your values, your x's and y's, and you flip-flop them. So your 3 would go to the y, and your 2 goes to the x, like this. Okay. Now you'll notice also that I am not putting in the negative sign for the 3. That is not by accident. What I do now is that since I'm going to be sitting in this quadrant, I'm going to use the signs that I'm going to. So I know any point in this green quadrant, quadrant 1, would be positive x's and positive y's. And so now I can go graph +2, 3 for B prime. And I've rotated it. So if I needed to rotate a point 180 degrees, the way I would do it is hey, make sure we go in 90-degree increments. We know about this. And another thing is a lot of times for 180 degrees, they won't tell you if it's clockwise or counterclockwise, because once you do two 90-degree movements, you wind up in the exact same spot. So you can go clockwise or counterclockwise. I know that if I go counterclockwise from B 90 degrees, it'll put me in this quadrant right here. So let's go get the coordinates of B, which is -1, 4. And in this quadrant, I need to flip-flop them. So at 90 degrees, it would be 4, 1. Again, I'm not worried about the signs. But I want to go 180 degrees, so I need to go from this quadrant to this quadrant. So we rotate again. And so at 180, we take our values and we flip-flop them, yes, yet again. And now, since we have rotated it 180 degrees, so here we go, 90, 180, we're here, we want to use the yellow quadrant signs for the 1, 4. It will be a positive x, and it will be a negative y. So let's go graph 1, -4, and it puts B prime right there. How do we rotate triangles? Exact same thing. We're going to do it in 90-degree increments. It's wanting it to go clockwise, so we're going to take this triangle and put it in this quadrant. Go ahead and get the values for D, E, and F. Flip-flop them in the green quadrant. So if you notice, I've taken them all and flip-flopped them, but this is only 90 degrees. So if we continue our rotation over to this one, this will be 180. Flip-flop your values again. Then we come down here to 270, another 90-degree rotation. This is where we want to wind up at, down here. So flip-flop your values yet again, and then still your x signs. Let's say these would be positive x's. Still your y's, that would be negatives, and then go adjust your numbers as needed. If you have a 0, it's not going to be negative or positive, so just let it be 0. Plot D prime, E prime, and F prime. Connect the dots, and you've rotated this triangle 270 degrees around a center rotation. That's the origin right here. Okay. Last one, what do you do if the object is in multiple quadrants? Take one point at a time. So if I rotate this 180 degrees, that means two 90-degree rotations. Let's take a look at M. M is -1, 4. 90 degrees, that would flip-flop it. Another 90 degrees would put us where we want to stay, so flip-flop those. But still the signs down here in that blue quadrant. So it'd be positive x's, negative y's. Go graph M prime, and there we have it. M prime sitting down there. Now we can go to N, do the same thing. What's my coordinates? 4, 1. 90-degree rotation, so we flip-flop them. Another 90-degree rotation to make it 180, flip-flop them again. I need my signs from this quadrant. X's are negative. My Y's are negative. So it'd be -4, -1. Go graph N prime. And really I should be having this as N prime here. It's an oversight. And last one would be O. So we go get O. And we need to rotate it 90 degrees there, flip-flop them, well, 1, 1, still 1, 1. Not done yet. Another 90 degrees would be 180, so we need to get our signs from this light blue quadrant. X's are negative, Y's are positive. So it'll be -1, +1, go graph O prime, and now connect the dots for your primes.